Welcome to the House of the Dragon Hub, where we discuss everything relating to the House of the Dragon TV series. Thank you once again for clicking this video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel.
And now a child.
What's up, guys, and welcome to another edition of the House of the Dragon TV series. In today's topic, we'll be discussing the House of the Dragon episode 4 review. Well, I'm the only one here, so we won't be discussing. I'll just be giving you a few details about the House of the Dragon and then share a few reviews with you. House of the Dragon has got ratings over 9.0 since the release of it all episodes. We have actually come to the terms that the beginning of House of the Dragon is better than the beginning of Game of Thrones, and I think people would definitely be sincere and say that this is true. As the intro creates humor, the end creates a discomfort. There's a political horizon, a landscape finding its ways through the doors of the house Targaryen. Look at how the family is acting towards each other. I'm sure those of you who watched will definitely understand the point that we are making. House of the Dragon episode 4, when compared to the previous episode, was a bit slow. I think we can all agree it was a bit slow. I think the story wants to draw attention to the relationships, the political lines, the deceit, even before we see people betraying and double-crossing each other. If you watched my previous episodes, which was episode 3, I mentioned that Otto Hightower, who happens to be the Hand of the King, is a really cunning man. He's a very crafty man, and we've seen in the subsequent episode how he's been playing them, but we'll talk about that in this session. His designs towards the realm seems to have been in line with his selfish interests. After all, he did this by making sure his daughter Alicent be wedded and become queen, and he has found himself to ensure that Aegon, who happens to be the son of King Viserys now and a grandson to him, becomes the heir of the throne. I think this is his plan, and we've already seen it. He mentioned it in episode 3 and even suggested King Viserys put both Aegon and Rhaenyra together.
There is another choice beyond Cup. You might be more comfortable with, closer to home. The boy just turned 2 on her. Betrothed them. I came here to...
Such an abysmal statement. A dangerous man, I can tell you, and as sneaky as a snake when I think he's one of the most hated characters of all. He's got himself into trouble, and he's about to lose his position. For those of you who haven't watched episode 4 yet, Lord Otto lost his position, and I think the king had something else in his mind. Well, we move on where Rhaenyra drew his father's attention about how the Hand of the King, who happens to be Lord Otto, has been playing him, and the king realized what the daughter was saying, and after reporting the scenes between Rhaenyra and Daemon, the king believed that her daughter was being followed. Somebody was stalking the daughter, to bring shame to the family. And it's all because Lord Otto has his feet planted in the zones of Daemon and then Princess Rhaenyra. And this plan of Lord Otto really got higher when Daemon returned, after naming himself as the king of the Narrow Sea. Whether he was, crowned as that or he named himself, that is another thing that we'll just find out later on. He knew Prince Daemon was up to something, so he had to be there and, fish whatever that Prince Daemon was planning to do. This time, King Viserys' judgment seems to have gone in the right way, and, he sees that he's being used. He's been a pawn in the game of Lord Otto, as well as Alicent being the pawn in the game of chess. And we can all say that they both love each other, where the king has admitted. But it's not that easy as we can see it. Love in this is not enough. It's just about rearranging of powers and all that. Let's say Lord Otto is also a pawn. He's trying to put himself to be a powerful person, probably become a knight, or who knows, a king. We don't know yet, but per what we've seen so far, Lord Otto's character, gives us the view that he has a selfish interest, and we are here to find out about that. Moving on, Alicent, on the other hand, was disgusted by the report he overheard from the father, and that is another reason why King Viserys was so pissed. Queen Alicent later called Rhaenyra to find out what has really been happening. And I think it was more of a duty, not just like a friendship thing aspect. Rhaenyra and then Queen Alicent had a very strong bond, but this time it becomes more of a duty and not just about the friendship they had. Although they are friends or they may not be friends, Princess Rhaenyra has some respect for Alicent, while Alicent also has some respect for Princess Rhaenyra. And Alicent will definitely protect the husband and protect the realm because she has a duty and a part to play in this. Well, we realize that she was being a true friend and also not just a queen, to protect the reputation of her best friend. However, she seems disgusted and believes Daemon set this trap up. And finally, Daemon is trying to find a way into the mind of King Viserys. And we can all agree that Alicent is really going to be a hard-hearted and a cruel queen. We hope that we see, we hope and see that something like that sort will come. And I think most fans that are really enjoying the show can agree to what I am saying. Moving forward, Prince Daemon is also looking for, something which we all know. He played Rhaenyra big time and got to see his brother in another furious moment again. For what this man thinks, we barely know. He probably could have planned it all before coming. In terms of coming to give the crown to King Viserys as the king of the Narrow Sea, and setting up this ridiculous play where he took Princess Rhaenyra to. It was all sort of arranged. He wants power, and to do that, he must have Rhaenyra by his side. And the Valerian necklace that he gave to Rhaenyra has its consequences, and this is what we are seeing at the moment. Now back to Sir Criston and Rhaenyra. Sir Criston didn't expect this to happen. He had no choice. I think both of them have feelings for each other, but a servant cannot share a cup with a royal. And we can ask ourselves, who probably saw whatever went on between Princess Rhaenyra and Sir Criston? We are yet to even know or find out who probably. And we don't think it was Daemon who did that, because Prince Daemon, to use the word, but I have to. But without that, he fled quickly to come and spy on them. We don't think someone else saw them, but if someone did, then it might have come from the mouth of Sir Criston or Rhaenyra telling another person what really happened between them. It gets worse when Rhaenyra is served with the tea at the latter part. Obviously, nothing happened between her and the uncle, but the seed might have been planted in her by Sir Criston. As part of the report Lord Otto gave to King Viserys, the report confirms that Prince Daemon had his way with Princess Rhaenyra, and this is something that King Viserys may believe or may not believe, but wants to ensure the consequences is cleared.
Tea, Princess. From the king. It will rid you of any unwanted consequences.
So the question is, what happens if she doesn't drink the tea? And what happens if she drinks the tea? Does she cement her father's intuition about her affair with Daemon, or does she decide to get rid of the seeds of Sir Criston? If she doesn't drink it, she confirms nothing happened between her and Daemon. And if she also doesn't drink it, then whatever Sir Criston will put inside Princess Rhaenyra is definitely going to grow to become a baby, and this is something we already know. A moment we've never expected in the House of the Dragon, and the House of the Dragon has taken a significant jump, and we hope that the key rules within this series will not be changed. There was so much sex scenes, and some were disgusting, others look beautiful when you look at that of Princess Rhaenyra and then Sir Criston. Yeah, you can tell that this was just a romantic moment in the House of the Dragon. There's a difference between duty and pleasure, and I think we all know and we can all attest to what we've seen so far in the House of the Dragon, comparing the kind of relationship that has grown between Sir Criston and Princess Rhaenyra. Although we know it's new, but this wasn't just a duty. But when we look at King Viserys and Queen Alicent, this was something we can say is a duty call. Every moment in the House of the Dragon, episode 4 told us a story. Every single moment within House of the Dragon, and the scenes told us a real good story, and I think most of the fans have learned about it. We are yet to see the counter-crossing and the betrayal and deceit as the episodes moves on. It's been very different for this particular episode, because we least expected some of the things, where we saw Lord Otto losing his power, when the hand of the king, losing his power as the hand of the king, and where King Viserys decides to get her daughter Eti to get rid of the so-called consequences. I think it's been really fantastic for this episode. Well, we hope the time jumps can be reduced for us to have a feel of all moments in the House of the Dragon. As I sign out, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Comment below who was your worst character and comment below your worst scene in the House of the Dragon Season 1 Episode 4.